What is going on, everybody? It's Nothing But Skills here, and today we're going to be talking about 3 new exotics coming to Title Update 11. The first one you just saw was called the Backfire. Then we have this really cool, unique looking backpack called Momento. And then the final one is the chest piece called Ridgeways Pride. All 3 of these look amazing. They did a really good job designing them, and it's not even them just designing the way they look. These bad boys might even be some of the best exotics in the game. So that's what we're going to get into right now. So the first one we're going to be talking about is the Backfire Exotic. So this is an SMG. A lot of you guys might say, is that the house? No, it is not the house. It's called the Backfire. It's an MPX version. You know how they do here in Division 2. So let's talk about it a little bit, right? Let's talk about this exotic. So this exotic is called the Backfire, and the talents on it are payments in kind, dealing damage to enemies, adds a stack of 1% critical hit damage. Stacks last for 10 seconds and are capped at 200. So that's 200% extra damage. Now, like its name, the Backfire, well, there is a consequence to it, right? So on reload, you apply a 10-second bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5% armor damage per stack. Now if you do the numbers on that, that's 100% armor damage you can take over 10 seconds if you had a 200 stack. So pros, cons, you'll be deadly, but you can also kill yourself. So you got to be very careful, right? That's the 2 different things that you need to worry about this one. Now for the underbarrel, you have a stability mod. You have 20 extra rounds, so that gives you a 56 round mag. You have on the barrel, on the muzzle, you get 5% critical hit damage, and then on the scope, you get 5% critical hit chance. So those are the mods right there. Now, when you look at this, like I said, probably one of the nicest looking SMGs in the game, and it's probably gonna be one of the nicest looking exotics in the game. I definitely like this traditional, really classy, but really sleek looking exotic. And this is one of the only exotics we actually get to see the reload where it causes the bleed. So if you look at the status, it's at the bottom, you can see he has the bleed status. So when you reload, it will cause you to get those ticks. And depending on the stack, when he's aiming in, you're gonna see the stacks build up. So he has 115 stack right now. You see it, 125. So the stacks can definitely add up pretty quick, but when you do reload, that's where that bleed's gonna kick in, what you're seeing right now. You see the bleed. So when you're in game, you could probably hear it a lot better. You can hear the bleed when it's affecting you. Your screen a little bit starts to move, but they were talking, so you really didn't get any of the sound effects that you were getting from when they were playing. But let's get into the next exotic, which is going to be the backpack. Now we get into this one, probably one of the nicest looking backpacks, the Momentum. Man, this looks sick. It has the shade watches from the agents on the backpack, 2 battle axes, a hunter themed backpack. And I'm wondering how you get this. Maybe something about hunters? We don't really know, but what is really cool about this is, look at this. This backpack actually has 3 core attributes. It has weapon damage, armor, and skill tier. We've never had anything that had 3 core attributes. This is an exotic backpack, so this one has those 3 core attributes. And I can see this being something like we saw when a lot of people started running the Ninja Bike backpack. This backpack right here can do it all. Weapon damage, armor, and skill tier. It's going to be pretty cool. It also comes with an empty gear mod slot. Man, this is going to be one that's going to be really cool to pair up with a lot of builds. And not only because it has 3 core attributes, look at the talent, kill confirmed. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff. The first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So the short buff, 10 seconds. But look, if you have core attributes, you get 5% weapon damage per core attribute. If you have blue attributes, you get 20% bonus armor per blue attribute. And the same with yellow, 5% skill efficiency, which is a new talent. I don't want to call it a talent, but a new like feature that they're bringing. So skill efficiency, you get 5% skill efficiency for every yellow. Now look at this. For every trophy collected, you gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds. So that's where this really becomes, so that's your long term, 300 seconds, your short term, 10 seconds. So every time you get a kill, you'll get that instant weapon damage buff, but then you can get that long term damage buff of, look, 1%, 30 stacks, 30% extra weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency. So that's where this actually gets really interesting with this backpack. On Friday, I should have some gameplay of this backpack for you guys because that's when the PTS does go live. So we'll definitely show you guys how this works, how it works when you pick up it instantly, the extra damage you're getting, bonus armor depending on what skill tier, what red, blues, and yellows I'm running. And then, of course, also the trophy that I'm getting, the damage I'm getting for the long term. So it'd be cool to show you guys that. This is definitely one of those backpacks that remind me a lot of when like the Ninja Bike backpack came out and a lot of people used it. I can see a lot of people really using this on all of their builds and being able to create those type of hybrids, especially with having 3 core attributes, weapon, damage, armor. You're just a solid beast with that. That's instant armor right there. So definitely going to see, excited to see what everybody has in store for this one. And then the final one we did talk about a little bit in the summit. If you didn't watch that last video, I'll definitely put a link to it. This is going to be the chest piece. This is the Ridgeways Pride exotic chest piece. This is the one that we got confirmation on how you get it. You're going to be able to get this for getting to level 100 of the summit, right? So that's floor 100. And then you have to do a quest. It will unlock a quest for you. Now, what is so cool about this talent, this chest piece, right? So we look at the chest piece. It looks like it has critical hit chance, critical hit damage rolled on it. So it looks like it's going to be an offensive chest piece. Now, it has an empty gear mod slot right there. So you remember the empty gear mod slots. That's for either red, blue, or yellows. You can put whatever you want. And then bleeding edge, right? So bleeding edge is the talent. So a lot of you guys who like those status effects, you're probably going to like this because you can pair this up with a couple things. Now what it does is it damaging enemies within 10 meters, applies that bleed to the target. And then while you do that, it repairs you. So 1 to 25% of your armor per second based on the number of enemies within 10 meters that is bleeding. So if you get 1 enemy, that's 1%, 2 enemies, 4%, 3 enemies, 9%, 4 enemies, 16%. And if you can somehow get 5 enemies all bleeding around you within those 10 meters, 25% armor. So you could definitely be getting your armor back 25% every second as long as they're alive. The one thing that I can see being a problem is you might actually kill them too fast. But if you get some tanky enemies, this can actually be a pretty solid chest piece to run. I think it's going to be great. You could pair this up. I'm assuming that you could run this with Sadist, right, on a weapon, and that should still work, right? Or you can run this with Creeping Death, and that could work. Just so many pieces you can run this. This is pretty excited to see these type of exotics coming out right now when we needed it most. And I'm really excited for these. Like, these 3 exotics are definitely better than any of the last couple exotics we had released out. These right here are definitely some really cool ones, and I'm going to be on the grind for them, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will be too. But yeah, those are the 3 new exotics coming to the Division 2, coming up in Title Update 11. Let me know which one you're grinding for. Do you want all 3? I want all 3, but I want to know which one was your favorite out of these 3 exotics. Let me know. And if you guys haven't watched that video on the summit, I would definitely recommend checking that out. That game mode actually looks really fun, and I think it has a lot of replayability, and people will enjoy it. So we'll see what comes up with Title Update 11. Remember, the PTS goes live on Friday, so hopefully I can bring you guys some content on all these in action. I'll see you guys in the next one, but until then, Nothing But Skills is out.